Good morning, Fort McMurray, Wood Buffalo, and the rest of the world. You have tuned in to the Mac City Morning Show. My name is Elliot Pierre, your host, and we'll start the show off the same way we started all the shows off by a moment of gratitude. Thank you so much for tuning into the show. I know you could be doing so many other things with your time, and the fact that you have taken your busy time and spent it with us does mean the world to me. So thank you very much. Now, on that note, Tanner, hit him with the intro.
How's she cutting me loves? You're listening to the Mac City Morning Show.
All right, and we're back. Today's going to be a banger. I really enjoy talking to this gentleman every time we have an opportunity to sit down together. He is an entrepreneur, to say the least. He's a hustler. He's always got something on the go, and I love talking to people who are driven. So, as per usual, I do not introduce my guests. I let them introduce themselves because they can do a much better job than I. So, on that note, sir, can you please say who you are, what you're about to the people at home, and then we can get going.
Sure. First of all, thank you for the opportunity. And my name is Hichem. Consider myself to be serial entrepreneur after running for the last 17, 18 years, from starting being a hustler, self-employed person to a small business owner, back to self-employed and back to like going through the cycle on and on again.
There you go.
I'm local here since 2006. I consider my Fort McMurray my hometown for so far. Got my three kids born here. Actually, one of them in Calgary, but never mind that little one. So that's where it is.
There you go. That's awesome, man. So, how long you been in Fort McMurray for?
2006, still counting.
2006. Wow, so a long
Yeah.
time now. That's awesome. So, when you immigrated to Canada, was Fort McMurray your first stop, or did you stop somewhere else first?
Oh no. Actually, when I first left home, back home, which is Tunisia, North Africa, that was in year 2000. Started with the United States, Detroit, to Germany, Stuttgart, then Trois-Rivières in Canada. That was my entry point. I was student in mechanical engineering. I was pursuing my degree, which is the one I had previously back home.
Mm-hmm.
From there to Hamilton, Mississauga, Hamilton and Mississauga, where I lived there until up to 2006. Heard about Fort Mac, put all my stuff in my trunk. It was little stuff that could fit, and just hit the road to end up here sometimes in August 2006.
Very cool. Very cool. So, what kind of car did you drive up in?
It was a beautiful Nissan Altima, all rusted in 92. And I was like, man, I was giving it. I miss that car.
That's awesome.
And I
It's
spent 2 years running around in Fort Mac with it.
Yeah, it's
Those days.
funny. Like as you get older, you get these cars that I guess are quote unquote nicer. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But you remember those first cars that, like you said, were full of rust, like gave you a problem. But you know what? That was the car.
Yeah, that was the one. And you just try to stick to it as much as you can because you know what? With those Altimas, I will say, you can hit a wall and just back up and keep driving.
Right.
Seriously. Try that with a newer one now.
Yeah. I had a horrible car in college. That I was like, nobody's ever gonna steal this. So like, I never locked the doors. I was just like, yeah, if anybody wants to take it, take it. So I used to park it anywhere in Edmonton, and people would be, you can lock the car doors. I'm like, I'm quite sure nobody's gonna steal this.
Actually, speaking of which, driving from Michigan, from Detroit to Chicago to get my driver's license. Actually, I wasn't a learner at that time, and I was driving a '90 Buick Skylar,
Oh,
and
nice.
with a Michigan license plate in Illinois. People they would be like looking, how the hell did you make it?
Right,
Seriously?
right.
I was like, it was all falling apart. But it drives.
Yeah,
And it got me my first license.
there you go. That's all that counts. I love that you said. I didn't know that you spent some time in Detroit. I had the pleasure to fly out to Detroit. A company out there hired me to do some marketing training a few years ago. Health Quest. I'm telling you, I love Detroit. It has a reputation.
Mhm.
But listen, I spent a week and a bit there, and I loved it there. How was your time in Detroit?
Well, no matter what they hear about Detroit, no matter what they say, for me, it's a great place.
Yeah,
I had good time, only met good people, stayed out of trouble for sure, but you know what? Trouble comes when you look for it.
That's right.
That's the bottom line. I had all kind of friends there. Actually, I learned my English there. I learned it from Ashley and Annan, 9 and 10 years old. I
Okay.
was working in a hotel there in Daisy, and learned my English there. Learned my left from right in North America. Generally speaking, I was just this new guy and with no English, no experience, one phone number, and that's it. And $100. No, actually, $100.
That's it.
And that's how it
Nice. If
started.
I
So,
would have known, I still have a shirt that they gave me when I was there. It says Detroit versus everybody. If I knew you were if I knew that you had a history in Detroit, I would have worn that shirt today.
oh,
Because it's a great shirt. So Detroit versus everybody. So big shout out to Detroit. Really like Detroit. But then now you say you drove to Chicago. I've spent a bit of time in the States over my life. Chicago, hands down, is my favorite city in the United States. I love Chicago.
well, Chicago is, well, Detroit is big, and I already went through New York, Miami,
Mhm.
Orlando, and all the like eastern part, but
Right.
that was the farthest going west toward the west, mid-center west.
Yeah.
Uh, yes, it is. It is quite of unique, especially with the towers and the downtown is just it's just so big
Mm,
and it's got its own, I would say, taste or
that's right.
it's different. It's
It's
different from New York. It's different from anywhere else I've been.
yeah.
And yeah, for me, like just I was there actually twice. I had a chance to go there twice at that age. I was like the guy with long hair at 22 years old, 23, 22, 23. So
Right.
everything was like whatever I see, always good.
Yeah.
But going this far and looking back, definitely is special and different. He has
Yeah.
something different than
That's right.
somewhere else.
So we've been talking about different places, which I love. You've traveled around the world. I love to travel as well. But you have something going on here locally right now. Like I know you own four different businesses in town, but you've started something new that I it popped up on my Facebook a few days ago, and I was like, oh, this is interesting. And then serendipity, it happened, and you messaged me. So I don't know what it is. I barely know the title. So please, like, tell everybody at home what's this new venture that you're getting into.
All right. So I will start you on what you know. It's called the local gate.
The local gate, okay?
And actually, the point of the name before even going further is I was looking for a name. I had always a problem with the .com. Like to grab anything on .com is virtually impossible. And because it's a shopping platform, I was thinking, what can I name it and how can I tie it to something local? So tried all kind of the .com combination I could ever have. Nothing worked, and then it was like the Southgate in Edmonton. I was like, okay, so I'll just take the word local and just make something out of it. And the concept basically behind that name is I built this e-commerce platform for local vendors and stores for them to sell and promote their products all for free. And I just trying to leverage on the ever-growing sentiment of keep it local. We've been talking about keeping it local, shop locally, YMM, Fort McMurray. That's our neighbors, business owners and vendors. Locals are our neighbors, and it's in our best interest to keep them alive, especially
Right.
in these hard times going through pandemics. But it's not just the pandemic, it's just the pandemic came with this Amazon or online, I should say, not just Amazon, this online shopping habit. And when it comes to that, Fort McMurray was left behind with its old businesses.
Hmm.
People are staying home for whatever reason, whether it's restrictions, government restrictions, or because they fear for their health, which is legit for anybody
Yeah.
by all means. They stayed from their comfort, from their homes, and they just kept shopping. Where all our dollars going now?
Yeah.
Okay, now before you used to lose it, going to Edmonton or going like let's say to elsewhere to shop for the big things or the things that we don't find here, but
Hmm.
now it's even worse. Now we lost the whole thing. Even
That's
that,
right.
like so that's where it is. I built this platform. Again, it's all free. It's all for the local owners and the local vendors and store owners for them to put their stuff there.
Very cool. So it creates an internet platform basically where
Yes.
local vendors can sell their products online, so
Yeah,
they don't have to go through the process, because it is a process, as you obviously
yeah,
know, to create a platform that you can sell online. Like
yeah.
it's costly, to say the least.
Well, owning one of the four businesses I ran, and this one I ran it since 2009. I'm sorry, since 2010. It's an IT company where I always develop business solutions and softwares and apps. In that I work in around that industry for since 2010, and I have the capacity and the knowledge, the experience to be able to build such a platform. So it's a fully transactional e-commerce platform where every store or vendor, they will have their own portal, their own store, and they will be able to just put their products, put the descriptions, the categories, whatever they need to put there, to enter there. And from there, they can monitor their sales, provide the customer service, and all the whole nine
That's
yards.
awesome, man. Great, phenomenal, good.
Yeah.
I love it. I can't wait to check it out. Now we're at the part of the show called the Mac City Minute. This is Tanner's segment of the show. He's going to ask you a few quick questions. Do your best to answer them. I have no idea what he's going to ask, so best of luck to you, my friend. Tanner, hit him with the Mac City Minute.
Question number 1. What is your favorite part of owning your own business in Fort McMurray?
Dealing with people.
Question number 2. What is one way Fort McMurray reminds you of your home country?
For sure, not the cold, but it's the people. Again, the people, the connection between the people. The community here is great and is different from anywhere in the world where I've been, at least, at the very least. And I travel it a lot, I can tell. It's the people again.
Question number 3. What about Fort McMurray kept you here versus other places you've been?
Oh, I love that question.
The opportunity. When I was driving up for my first time ever in Highway 63, uh, around Mariana Lake, around the 100K mark there to the city, it was this couple. I noticed this car, and I just pulled because I knew they're struggling, and they had a flat tire and they missed jack or something, part of whatever they needed to replace it. And the lady, I remember the lady, she goes like, "Are you new here? For how long you been here?" I said, "I just came here." And she goes like, "Welcome to the city of opportunity. The opportunity kept me here."
And next question. What is one place you might go to get a good meal?
Oh, Shurika Sanzantsnai.
There we go.
And your final question. What is one hobby you have that people might not know?
Not sure about that one.
Huh?
I'm an open book. Uh,
So it's a hobby of yours then. What do you do? What do you do in your free time?
watch movies, play on my computer, uh, play around with my kids.
There we
So
go.
it's my family time is my hobby.
There we go.
There
Love
you
it.
go. Those have been your 5 questions.
There you go. Good job. Man, you didn't miss a beat on those ones. So, what kind of games are you playing on your computer? Are you playing video games, or are you, because I know this is what you do. One of your companies is computer, so.
Yeah. Well, it's less and less now as I'm growing older, but I used to play big time Age of Empire. I
Okay.
could play one game, will last like for days and days.
That's
The
awesome.
strategic games, generally speaking,
Hmm.
that's my favorite.
Okay. Do your kids play video games? Do they get that bug from you?
No, not really. They got different bug. They are always on their phones. So
Yeah.
this Roblox thing,
Yeah.
I was like, oh
Oh
my
my
God.
gosh.
Actually, I'm trying to get them off that habit and just basically, I created in this look back to the local gate. I've created this
Yeah.
handmade by kids,
Cool.
and I'm trying. Actually, they're starting up their store. They are making their products, it's home-based products
That's
by
awesome.
kids, and I'm gonna just give it a shot and keep them away from electronics.
There you go. Yeah, Roadblocks. My kid's on that too. I'm just like, I don't get it. But you know what? I'm old. My dad used to say the same thing about me when I was doing my thing. He's like, I don't get it.
Yep,
It's a generational thing, right?
100%.
So, man, that's the end of the show. We keep it tight, but like I tell every guest, and I do mean this, I want you to come back again. I love chatting with you. You and me can talk for hours. So please come back anytime you want to promote anything, any one of the businesses, anything you have something going on, or if you just want to come out and chat with me and Tanner, the couch or the chair is already open for you, okay?
Thank you so much. And last but not least, for all vendors, store owners in Fort Mac, it's free. There is no catch. It will always be free. And for more than that, I will help you to set up your store and I will put your first 5 products and it's free too. I love to do that. I have particular feeling for business owners. I'm one of them and I do believe it's not fair for them to go through all what they going through without the community support. Shoppers, please, before you buy it somewhere else, try to find it here.
And what's the name of that platform one more time?
The local gate.
The Local Gate. There you go. Awesome. Well, Fort McMurray, Wood Buffalo, and the rest of the world, thank you very much for tuning in today. As I always say, it warms my heart that so many people are tuning in. It really blows me away, and thank you very much for that. I really, really do appreciate it. Hope you're having a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.
I said this. That's another Mac City Morning Show done.
It's so ballistic!
Talk about quenching your ugly thirst.